economic crisis in the country has led to a surge in kidnappings.
For the longest time, gangs were used as political weapons between rival politicians to suppress the vote or to go after rivals or whatever. But now, there's a power vacuum in Haiti, and these gangs are the new power brokers.
ABC's Kirat Radia.
Or find Navage at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target.
I'm Mark Remillard, ABC News.
This is ONN.
I'm Dave James on the Ohio News Network. While COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations are falling in Ohio compared to last month, some areas of the state continue to see high rates of infection. The state health department says in Ohio there were just over 500 cases per 100,000 residents over the past 2 weeks. It dropped to below 50 in July. 5 counties have more than 1,000 cases per 100,000 people right now: Guernsey, Coshocton, Muskingum, Gallia, and Jackson. The lowest rate in the state is Holmes County with 314, followed by Delaware at 317. Delaware has by far the state's highest vaccination rate. A woman and a 1-year-old baby are recovering in Columbus after several shots were fired into a car they were riding in. Clay Gordon with ONN affiliate WBNS TV in Columbus reports.
Police say the shooting happened early Sunday evening Police say there were a total of 6 people in the car when the shots were fired. Both the woman and the baby were taken to separate hospitals where police say they are in stable condition. I'm Clay Gordon.
The chilliest temperatures of the fall arrived this morning. It was 37 degrees at 6 o'clock in Athens, 39 in Lancaster, 40 in Cincinnati. Speaking of Cincinnati, the Bearcats are ranked number 2 in the country now in college football behind only Georgia. Ohio State is 5th in the new AP poll. For more state news, go to ONNradio.com. I'm Dave James on the Ohio News Network.
Calls and conversations continue in less than 3 minutes as the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues after this.
At Menards, we purchase truckloads of paint to pass the savings on to you. Check out our huge selection of paint from Dutch Boy. These paints and primers in one have superior protection for your wall. Get a gallon of interior flat paint for only $19.99 after 11% off and $8 rebate. Right now, save 11% on everything at Menards. Savings are a mail-in rebate. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection. Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
Hey there, what are you doing today? Would whatever it is be easier with faster, more reliable home internet? If you said yes, we have good news. Viasat offers high-speed satellite internet wherever you live, even if cable providers don't go there. So you can get online today and tomorrow. Go to Viasat.com/internet now and save up to $150 on select home plans. That's Viasat.com/internet now. Minimum 24-month service term. Service is not available in all areas. See Viasat.com for additional terms and conditions.
This is the sound of a popular American motorcycle. It's the sound of freedom, the open road, really good times. And this is what it sounds like with a drunk guy in it. How do you like the sound of that? Cops are cracking down on drunk motorcycle riders. If you ride drunk, you will get caught and you will get arrested. Drunk riding, over the limit, under arrest. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Transportation.
Over the years, you've brought opioids into your home. They helped when you were in pain, and you held on to them just in case. But holding on to opioids puts your family at risk. Learn more at www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
Hello, everyone, from the Watchdog. I'm the storm tracker, Darnell Foster, with a look at your local weather forecast for your start to the work week. Plenty of sunshine as we go out the door, a daytime high near 64. As we look through the overnight, clear and cool with a low near 40. Mostly sunny skies for your Tuesday with highs in the upper 60s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm the storm tracker, Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
I'm not a Monday guy.
I'm not crazy about it either. I also don't like Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays.
Are you ready to go?
I'm warning you, I'm seriously stressed out here.
You always drink like this so early in the morning?
Isn't it a bit early in the day for the bottle? Even for you?
Keep your voice down. Your father's listening to the radio.
Make the radio call.
It's time to get up.
It's time to hear that pop.
This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
We are go for live.
Information, conversation, controversy, and fun. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
In case you weren't sure it was fall, it's 45 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 39 degrees here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling, and it's 40 degrees at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. It is clear this morning. That's good news. It's going to be a sunny day today. We'll get up to around 62, so a nice couple of days in store here. First several days of the week are going to be sunny. We're going to be in the 60s throughout much of the week, but boy, it definitely, I mean, there's no question about it, it certainly feels like fall. 7-Eleven here on the Watchdog Morning Show.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about.
Yes, after seeing the big boys in Key West, he is back. Brother Biff has chosen to return to us. Biff, I got to tell you, Lola and I talked last week about whether or not you would decide that Key West was a nice place to stay, and when the plane left, you would just wave goodbye to your buddies and say, see you some other time. But you came back. You came back to us, Biff.
I came back to reality, but man, was it tough not to think about staying down there. But I think I really would have missed hockey season and basketball season and all the seasons that we have here during the winter time. But man, I can see why people spend about half the year down there in Florida.
If you could, you would?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. If I could, I would. I'd probably spend half the year down there and half up here if I could. But no, it was a good time, and was it interesting.
So tell me what share some travelogue here. Tell us what you did. Anything exciting, anything embarrassing? Come on, anything embarrassing, anything like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that?
We almost got in a fight Saturday or Sunday at a bar.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. That's good. That's good. Well, what was that over?
Well, first it was Saturday when we got in Saturday and found a place to eat and watched the West Virginia debacle against Baylor, and then we went to the room and got situated, and then my brother and myself, we watched the first half of Notre Dame and Virginia Tech at the Sandbar is what it's called down there in Key West. So we is
that a bar?
That's a bar. Yeah, they had all the NFL games on Sunday, and Saturday they had all the college games going and everything. So we found a seat early enough and sat down, and we started watching Notre Dame. And at about 8 o'clock, a rain shower moved through that shut the TVs down for about 15 minutes. Which when you're in a bar full of people that are watching college football games, and you go from cheering and yelling to all of a sudden you could hear a pin drop in the place for about 10, 15 minutes. It wasn't good, but eventually the TVs came back on, and the eruption of cheers and whatever else everybody was doing, hooting and hollering, resumed. So we watched the first half there, and then went back to the room and finished watching the house that we stayed at. It wasn't a room, it was a house. The house that we stayed at, and we finished watching the game there. So that was Saturday, and then Sunday I'd found a church 2 years ago, Catholic church that was down there, and that's where I went 2 years ago. And then Sunday got up, and they had a 10:30 Sunday morning mass. So my uncle drove me to the Basilica, which is down there, and went to 10:30.
You didn't have your fight in the church, did you?
No. No. And by the way, the churches down at Florida, they do the same thing down there that we have up here. They had every other pew roped off, and COVID, yeah. So they did that. They did that rule they had down there, and it was weird. Half the church had masks on, and the other half didn't. So, but they had the every other pew that was roped off. So I went to 10:30 mass down there, and then they got done, and they got a little grotto like on the walkway behind the church. So I went there and took a picture of the little grotto that they had, and thought, we'll walk around and see what else is going on. You know, just walking the streets of Duval and, you know, just finding out where everybody was so I knew where to meet. So at about 1:30, I'd say, I went back. I went to the house first to get something to eat, real quick, just to eat and get something to drink, because every morning we woke up, it was so humid that you felt the humidity immediately, like early in the morning. So I thought I'd get a little Gatorade in me. So walked and found the guys were meeting at the bar that we had gone to Saturday, the Sandbar, again, to watch all the NFL games. So there's me, my brother, his girlfriend, my uncle, my cousin, my other uncle, my stepfather, and my mom. Her cousins came down, and her husband was in the bar with us. So we're all sitting around the bar. We found the TVs for the games. Now, the Steelers game was early that Sunday. The Bears were the late game. The Browns, he's a Browns fan. So both our games were late. So they were at 4. They were both 4:05 starts. So, you know, we're sitting around and everything. Everything's fine. And at about, I don't know, I'd say maybe 2, 3 o'clock, my brother, his girlfriend, my uncle, and my cousin, they all left. So 4 of them leave. So that leaves me, my other uncle, my stepfather, and my mom, her cousin's husband. He's the Browns fan, so he's with us. So eventually, once the early games ended, the late games came on. Late games are about ready to end. So my stepdad and my other uncle, they leave. So it's just the 2 of us. So sitting next to us are about 4 college guys that are Dallas Cowboy fans. Now, you know, they've been good the whole time. They find out that Dallas is about to win, Cleveland's about to lose. So these 4 college guys decide they're going to make the mistake and start running their mouths on a Browns fan. I'm still sitting at the bar. He's standing behind me. So I'm probably, by this point, I'm on my, I don't know, maybe 6th or 7th Corona. I've already had, now this is since 1:30 in the afternoon. I've already had a shot of Crown and a Crown and Coke because no one would drink it. So I said, give me the damn thing, I'll drink it. So I've had all this in me, and I'm still watching a football game here. So these 4 guys, they start running their mouths, and he's, you know, he looks over at him, and he kind of, he's like, hey guys, come on. You know, there's no need for this, da-da-da-da-da. They keep it up and keep it up. So finally, he yells at him. You know,
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He yells. They get all riled up. They start running their mouth even more. And all of a sudden, he looks over at me, and because I could just tell the look in his face, and I'm thinking, at some point, we're gonna go. I could see. I'm telling you, a fight's gonna break out here. And he must have sensed the same thing, because he looked at me and he said, "Hey, Brad," he said, "you got my back if we gotta go." I said, "I got your back if we gotta go, but I don't know how we're gonna
I don't know if I got your back, but I've got 6 Coronas, a Crown and Coke in me, so why not?"
I mean, I'm charged. I'm ready to go. I don't know how much of a help I'm going to be if we have to take on 4 of these guys, and it's a 4-on-2. So I said, yeah. I said, I got your back if we got to go. So I'm thinking, this is great. How am I going to explain this one? So he goes outside to smoke a cigarette to calm down. The 4 guys seem to go outside. They go outside after him.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
So So apparently the bouncer that's in there, he sees what's going on. So he goes out. He's talking to both of them and everything. So they, finally everything gets calmed down. They all come back in. He's still outside smoking his cigarette. So I waited till the game was finally over. I finished my beer. I go out. I'm talking to him. He finishes his cigarette. Some other people, they come out. They're smoking. They're talking to him. We find out they're Chicago Bear fans. I'm talking to them. He found a guy that's a Browns fan. He's talking to him, and eventually we talked for another 15, 20 minutes, and finally, the Bears fans, they ended up leaving, and the guy, he looks at me and he says, "You ready to go?" I said, "Yeah, let's go." So we finally made it out of the bar, called somebody for a ride. They came on the golf cart, got us on the golf cart. We got back home. So we're sitting there watching the Sunday night football game at home. He gets ready to go to bed. He goes upstairs. He says, as he's walking up the steps, he looks at me and he said, "I still want to fight those guys." So he eventually made it to bed, and then at about probably another hour or two later, I finally ended up making the bed on Sunday. So really our first full day down there, we almost end up
Was certainly full.
In a bar fight over a damn Cowboys and Browns game, which didn't play each other, two separate games. We almost end up in a fight on Sunday. So that was it.
Remember, vacations are for the creation of stories, Biff, and that sounds like a good one. If the fight had occurred, let me ask you this: if the fight had occurred, who would have won?
Oh, we would have won, no doubt.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, it wouldn't have been close. I think we would have been okay. It was either we were going to fight or we were going to get thrown out. Something was going to happen. One of the two were going to happen. But we were getting out one way or another. So that was Sunday. That was an eventful Sunday, and then the rest of the week, nothing close to what we had Sunday. But we had a lot of good food, and just there's just so much to do and see down there that you almost really need 2 weeks to do it, and even then, I don't think that would be enough.
You put up a picture of I guess a big pool. Was that at your house or hotel or whatever? I think it was looked like a big pool or a big
That was Dante's. That was the
oh, okay, all right.
That was the pool and bar restaurant. That was about from where we were. I'd say a couple blocks from where we were. It wasn't that long of a ride on a golf cart to get there. So that's where, except for Wednesday. Wednesday was the only day we really didn't have good weather. We got up about 7, 8 in the morning, and it poured down rain, and it kind of was on and off till about, I'd say maybe 1 or 2 Wednesday, and that kind of put a damper on it. Not completely, but enough to, just kind of mess up anything that we had on Wednesday. And then Thursday, it probably rained for about 2 hours in the afternoon. I'd say from about noon until 2, and that was it. But that's where basically every day but Wednesday, we spent most of the couple hours in the afternoon, and it opened at 11, so we got there when it opened, and we stayed there till about 2, 3 o'clock, and went back, and then got lunch. We had like ham sandwiches and stuff like that for lunch, and then I think every night but one we went out for dinner. I think Thursday night we all stayed in and cooked hamburgers and chicken and stuff because there was a grill out back. So we did that one night, but every other night, we were out eating.
Well, it sounds like a good time was had by all, even though you didn't get into a fight. A fight could have been a nice little interesting thing, but it sounds like a good time was had by all.
Yeah, we the one night we were, I think it was either Tuesday or Wednesday. The neat thing about down there is most, if not all, the bars, they have some type of entertainment going on. So every night there's like music playing. So So when we went down Tuesday night, the to the what's the name? Hog's Breath Saloons, the bar down there. In the evening, the next to last act, he was standing next to us at the bar, and I had on a blue T-shirt, and it had Wheeling on it, and he noticed it, and he pointed to my shirt, and he said, "Oh, Wheeling," he said, "You from around there?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "I actually live in Wheeling." He goes, and he started laughing. He goes, "I played at the Jamboree." So he knew all about all about Wheeling and everything. So I thought it was kind of cool, we talked to him for about 5-10 minutes, and then he ended up leaving. But yeah, I said no. I said I live in Wheeling. He said, "Oh yeah." He said I played
You
at
never
the
know
at the
who you're gonna
Jamboree.
bump into when you're on vacation.
I know
Never know.
it was kind of neat. So yeah, that was I think that was either Tuesday or Wednesday night. We ran into him, and then the last night or Friday when we were getting things done in the afternoon and early evening, he was playing at the bar again, and we saw he was playing because we were going to our golf cart, and I pointed and waved to him, and he looked at me. He recognized me immediately, and he pointed and was waving back, smiling, and it was cool. It was a good time.
But at the end of the week, you decided to get on the plane and come home anyway.
Yes, and the plane rides were nice because Delta, they've got the TVs on the back of the seats.
Yes.
So so it was funny on Saturday on the flight home, which we had a little bit of problems actually leaving Key West. Our flight I think our flight was coming in from Atlanta. It was supposed to leave at 11:47. We got delayed by about 10 minutes because a bird had hit the windshield of the plane.
Oh.
So they were cleaning blood off the plane before we could leave. So, so our flight, which was supposed to leave from Atlanta at 2:20, we had about a 40-minute gap in between. So our flight didn't end up leaving. We were about 10 minutes behind schedule leaving Key West going to Atlanta. So we get into Atlanta and we're like, man, we're gonna have to hurry. So we got off the plane. Luckily, the people were nice enough to let us off because we had a connecting flight. And we're like, listen, we hate to rush you, but we got to go. I mean, we're down to about 20 minutes here, and we're still on the plane. So we got to the gate in Pittsburgh. Well, they got there earlier before I did because I had to make a bathroom stop and somewhere else. So I got to the plane about 5 minutes before we were boarding. So we literally, there was us and about 5 or 6 other people to get on. We literally got on the plane, sat down, got our seatbelts on, and the pilot says, okay, we're getting ready to take off in a minute. And no sooner he said that, and about, sure enough, a minute later, away we went.
Off you went.
But we were 5 minutes was all we had. So had we had left Key West probably another 5-10 minutes later, we would have missed the flight from Atlanta to Pittsburgh. And I think they said the next flight wasn't coming out of Atlanta until 6 o'clock. So we would have gotten in Atlanta at 2 o'clock, had to spend 4 hours in the airport in Atlanta waiting for a flight to get back to Pittsburgh. But we made it with 5 minutes to spare. So kind of a touch and go situation. And then when we got back to Pittsburgh, just to get out and feel the fall temperatures, it was refreshing. So we made
it. We are glad you chose to come back because I wasn't sure. So we're glad to have you back here, and all is well. And as I played for you earlier, welcome back. Just welcome back. Not Cotter. You're not Cotter, but
yeah.
Welcome back, Brother Biff, to
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about.
So we'll have more of the Brother Biff travelogue coming up later this morning. Also coming up today, Governor Justice has unveiled a nearly $1 billion broadband expansion. This could be a huge benefit for the Mountain State. Multiple officials praise the governor for the work that he's doing, although we'll hear from Senator Manchin. You want to listen to what he had to say, because Manchin wants to make clear, yes, this is a wonderful thing. Good job, Governor. Remember, I got you all the money to do this. We'll hear that in Manchin's own words. The Senate in West Virginia back at it again today, trying to resolve the vaccine mandate exemptions bill and redistricting. The House has dealt with those, but the Senate couldn't figure it out last week. They're going to try again today. The Pfizer booster has been approved. Moderna and J&J should be done soon, probably this week. Ohio County Health Administrator Howard Gamble coming in to discuss what vaccination plans are once the boosters are all ready, and also to review some of the latest numbers on COVID in Ohio County. Erica Payne is part of that group that call themselves the Patriotic Millionaires. They're the folks who make millions, but say they're happy to pay more in taxes. We'll talk about the book Tax the Rich, which looks at the loopholes and lobbyists that help them get their tax breaks and how it plays into Biden's Build Back Better plan. And we've heard a lot of talk over and over and over again, much of it this weekend still, about supply chain issues, how difficult things are going to be at Christmas time. I've got to look at some of the specific toys that may be hard to get, so you may want to start getting ready for Christmas by ordering some of these toys now. I got all of that coming up. Biff will have more of his travelogue for us as the morning moves on. You're welcome to join me on the text line, 304-214-1600, 304-214-1600. The CityNet hotline, 304-232-8255, 304-232-TALK. I'm happy to get your licks in. We'll take a look at the full weather forecast coming up with Aaron Myler, and a couple of, the story of a guy who wanted a certain kind of eggs at a Waffle House and instead almost got shot. I'll tell you about that coming up in the next half hour as well. But first, let's check the news desk from the Big Seven. And is Billy here this morning or not? Biff, I didn't check to ask you.
Yes, he is. We do have Billy.
All right, so we'll check the Big Seven's morning news update. Billy DeFabio's got sports, and then Aaron is in with the weather forecast. Here on the Watchdog Morning Show for a Monday with Biff being welcome back.
The WTRF Channel 7 News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Now
only reported a little over 100 new cases. 20 of those are under the age of 18. The health department will be holding walk-ins every day this week from 9 to 4 at their Highlands Community Clinic. They'll offer all 3 COVID vaccines as well as boosters to those who are eligible. As the weather starts to cool down and we get into the colder months, having a warm jacket is critical. 2 local girls teamed up for the first ever Little Miss Mr. Wheeling Park contest. They collected new and gently used coats to donate to the Winter Freeze Shelter and schools across the Ohio Valley. They also asked for donations for the Wheeling Park cheerleading program. AJ Walters is a member of the 6-time state championship varsity team. Walters says they've always wanted to do good by helping others. That was a look at your headlines. Have a great day, everyone.
At Heinz Field in overtime, in a thrilling victory, the Steelers defeated the Seattle Seahawks 23-20. T.J. Watt came up with a big-time play, knocking the football out of the hands of quarterback Geno Smith. Fumble recovery, Devin Bush. 2 plays later, Chris Boswell booted a game-winning field goal. Let's hear from one of the stars for the Steelers, T.J. Watt.
was involved in the rush, and I don't even think I had a good rush or anything. I was just trying to find a pass to the quarterback, and luckily I was able to and chop at the ball, and the ball came out.
Head coach Mike Tomlin of the Steelers liked the way his team overcame adversity.
Boy, man, it's good to win a game like that, to get to know yourselves individually and collectively when faced with dire circumstances at times and seemingly when it's not going your way.
Meanwhile, in the losers' locker room, this is Pete Carroll, the head coach of Seattle. He had these comments on losing a tough game to Pittsburgh.
To see our club to come back like we did in so many aspects of our game and play like that, to give us a chance to get ahead and have a chance to win the football game, and it was beautiful.
With the win, the Steelers improved to 3-3. Let's check out the AFC North. Cincinnati, 34. Detroit, 11. The Ravens, 5-1. After defeating the Chargers 34-6, this is Ravens head coach John Harbaugh.
We knew it was going to be a 4-down game, and we felt like if we could put them in a situation where it was a little bit tougher on 4th down than a 4th and 1, then we'd have a chance to get a stop. And if we got a stop, that would count as a turnover.
And in Cleveland, the Browns lost to the Arizona Cardinals 37-14. Quarterback Baker Mayfield of Cleveland played with an injured shoulder.
It dislocated again and then slipped out again on a non-contact play, so just got to figure out a way to get better.
With the loss, the Browns dropped to 3-3. Arizona unbeaten at 6-0. College football rankings, your top 5, Georgia number 1, Cincinnati number 2, Oklahoma 3, Alabama 4, and the Ohio State Buckeyes at number 5. National League Championship Series in Atlanta, the Braves down to visiting LA Dodgers by the score of 4-2. The Braves lead that best-of-7 series 2 games to none. I'm Bill DeFabio on sports, and we are the Watchdog.
This is Bill DeFabio, your host of the Variety Show with Bill DeFabio. Heard on the Watchdog Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Join me from noon till 2 to talk sports, nostalgia, and hear from some of the legends of the game. You won't believe who I have on next. The Bill DeFabio Variety Show, heard on the Watchdog Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Tune in and get with the program. I'm Bill DeFabio. Join me for the Variety Show on the Watch.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
Community Bank presents Rock, Roll, and Doo-Wop Volume 19, Saturday, October 30th at Wheeling's Capitol Theater. Featuring Bobby Rydell, Terry Johnson's Flamingos, The Marvelettes,
Oh, yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait.
The Reflections, and PBS TV star Chris Ruggiero. Tickets are on sale now by calling 304-233-7000 or online at CapitolTheaterWheeling.com. Don't miss Chris Ruggiero, The Reflections, The Marvelettes, The Flamingos, and the one and only Bobby Rydell. Saturday, October 30th, 7 p.m. at the legendary Capitol Theater in Wheeling. Presented by Community Bank and produced by Spotlight Productions.
With the weather changing, it's good to know Toyota has a wide range of all-wheel drive vehicles, like a stylish Camry, right now with up to $1,250 total cash allowance. Or go with an Avalon with up to $3,000 total cash allowance. Visit buyatoyota.com today and find a dealer near you. You can take cash back or apply toward down payment. Offers may vary for hybrid models. See your dealer for details. Offers end November 1st. Toyota. Let's go places.
$3.5 trillion. That's the cost of the reckless spending plan President Biden and the Washington extremists are rushing through Congress. Their socialist plan will bankrupt America. and force West Virginia taxpayers to foot the bill for abortions, even painful late-term abortions. Thankfully, Senator Joe Manchin is standing strong, opposing this reckless spending spree and taxpayer-funded abortions. But Senator Manchin is under enormous pressure from Washington liberals to cave to their extreme agenda. Biden and Pelosi are intent on forcing West Virginians to pay for abortion on demand, even up to the moment of birth when babies can feel excruciating pain. West Virginians need to thank Manchin for standing strong. Call Senator Joe Manchin at 202-224-3954. Thank Manchin for opposing Biden and the socialists in Congress. Tell him to stand strong against their plan to bankrupt America and force West Virginians to pay for abortions. Paid for by Susan B. Anthony List.
West Virginia Northern Community College will host its fall open house, both in person and virtually, on Saturday, November 6th, from 9 a.m. to noon. Both formats allow you to learn about programs, admissions, financial aid, and more. If you attend in person in New Martinsville, Wheeling, or Weirton, you can also tour the campus. Everyone participating in Northern's open house could win a $1,000 scholarship. For more information, visit wvncc.edu.
Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection. Now, during the Jim Robinson Ford Lincoln Toyota Pre-Owned Super Sale, select from over 80 vehicles in stock starting under $5,000. Most are local trades, many with one owner. Hurry to Jim Robinson at the Highlands, home of lifetime powertrain protection.
You're never too far from the most local programming in the Ohio Valley. Find us here. AM 1600 and 1370. FM 98.1 and 97.7. We are the Watchdog. The Watchdog. Keep up with the ever-changing world of sports all night long. Sports Map Radio is on the Watchdog. FM 98.1, AM 1600.
Live and local for the Ohio Valley, the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
And we are back 17 to the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Our video feed, which wasn't up at all last week, is up today. It is only on our website. So if you want to watch the video feed, go to the website. At watchdognetwork.com. Video feed is there. It is not showing up on our Facebook page, so I want you to be aware of that. But again, last week you didn't get a video at all, so this week the Facebook page is down still, but our website does have the video feed if you want to follow it. Well, let's check in with Aaron Myler from the Big 7 this morning. Aaron, I guess for those of us who are waiting for the arrival of fall weather-wise, it seems to be here this morning.
You're welcome. It's finally got here, yeah. It's cool out there.
I think 45 at the airport, 39 here at my home studios. Jeez.
And then there's like a little bit breezy. So some of the fields like temperatures are like down in the mid 30s right now. So it's a cold start out there. But I mean, all last week we were talking about how we wanted it, so I guess we can't complain now.
No, I'm not exactly complaining.
Oh yeah. I mean, I said either way I'm going to complain at some point. I'm very aware of myself.
It's just a cold morning. It was a cold night last night too. You know, cold nights, good night sleeping if you had a nice warm blanket around you. But it was a cold night sleeping, and I actually first time this year I turned the furnace on during the day yesterday just to get the chill out of the house. So
I was literally
about
yeah, I guess we're definitely in the fall, and all of those the plants and so on that thought they had an extra growing season. I know my wife said some of her plants, I don't know which ones, but some of her plants have begun to rebud again.
Oh.
Because they thought it was springtime again. Yeah, they'll be dying now.
Goodbye.
Now we're getting back to what we're supposed to have. Should be actually, though, when it's all over and said and done with, actually a really nice day today, right?
Yeah, so the next three, like today, tomorrow, and Wednesday are looking pretty nice. Lots of sunshine. Today's high is 62, so I mean, most of the day will be spent in the 50s, but it'll be 62, 67 for tomorrow, and then 69 for Wednesday. So I mean, we're going to warm up here slowly but surely, but I mean, That's 69 is the highest we're getting, so it's not going to really warm up to anywhere near where we were last week.
And the first part of the week, at least, is going to be sunny and pleasant, too, right?
Yeah, lots of sunshine out there. It'll be a little bit breezy today, like I said, but I mean, it's fall. We're really just getting to that. And then we're going to have some showers returning on Thursday with some clouds, but I mean, after that, temperatures for this weekend are going to get even cooler and go into the upper 50s. So we're really just dropping off here. We are going into fall at a very quick pace.
Well, we've been in fall for a while, so, I mean, again.
Yeah, we're making up for the summer-like temperatures we've had for the last week.
Yeah. How quickly is the feeling of winter going to arrive?
I think we still have some time. We're still in fall, because, like, I think it feels, I was saying this morning, it feels really dramatic right now, because I said it almost feels wintry, even though it doesn't. It's not technically, because we're just sitting where we normally would be. It's just that it's just so dramatically different than last week, because last week was so warm.
Yeah, we were coming off those, 2 weeks ago, especially that 80-degree temperature.
Yeah, so it's like, it's just going to where we should be. It just feels like we went from summer to winter almost, just because it feels dramatically cooler. But I mean, we're just getting back to where we should be.
Brother Biff has to especially feel it, having just come back from Key West, right, Biff?
Immediately after getting off the plane on Saturday, felt the fall football chill in the air.
Now, that could be a good thing, or it could have meant you wanted to turn around and get back on the plane and say, take me back to the Keys. Which was it?
Oh, no. This time of the year, fall, love football weather, because it's that kind of transition from football into the hockey, so I didn't mind it one bit.
So, well, we've got actually a fairly nice week in store, as we said. It's going to be really pleasant the next couple of days, in the 60s for a couple of days, and sunshine and some rain and some clouds coming in. Going to drop down a bit, but all in all, not bad though. But again, it's a cold morning. If you're out and about right now, you want to put a jacket or something on. 45 at the airport, 39 here at the home studios, 40 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios, downtown Wheeling, in the heart of the Ohio Valley. Aaron, how was your weekend? What you do? Anything exciting? You didn't go to the Keys, too, did you?
No, I went to a wedding, actually. It was a Halloween-themed wedding, so that was fun.
A Halloween-themed wedding?
Yeah, she wore a black dress. Everyone there pretty much wore black. There was, like, skulls on the table. Not real ones, but, like, fake ones.
Oh, my Lord.
It was actually really, really, really cool. I've never seen anything like it.
It just doesn't. All right, I like themed idea, but I don't know, a Halloween themed wedding. You know, skulls on the table when you're just getting married. That just seems a little. I don't know.
If you knew the couple, this is them.
It would be right.
Yeah, it's very a normal wedding for her would have felt kind of off. This felt like her vibe, so it made sense.
Well, I got to tell you, I don't know that I ever known a couple where I wanted to go to a wedding with had skulls on the table. But okay, hey, whatever. You know? And it also tells us something. It tells us a little something about the kind of people that Aaron hangs out with.
Nothing wrong with that.
We switched up the morning crew. I have new people to hang out with now. We got Stephanie on the mornings now as an anchor.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that this morning. That's kind of cool, too, huh?
Here, Stephanie, say hi.
Hello.
Hi, Stephanie. Welcome to the morning, gang.
Thanks. It's a cold start to this morning.
Do you like it cold, or do you want to go back to the 80 degrees?
Oh, I like it. I like it cold. Don't worry. I'm not complaining.
Okay.
Well, now that she's getting like 3 or 4 a.m., she has to get used to the cold.
Yep.
What would the temperature been when you guys got in this morning? If it's 45 at the airport right now, it'd probably been in the 30s, maybe?
No, it's funny because we don't actually hit our low temperature until right before sunrise. So, like, we hit our low recently. Okay. This is the coldest we are. We were in the upper 40s when I was getting here. So, it was warmer. But, yeah. Yeah, you think in theory you hit it at like 1 a.m., but you don't. You hit it right before the sun rises. So it's always the coolest is before the sun hits.
Yeah, we tend to that's a good point. We always tend to think of the high temperature as rising during the day, but sometimes it doesn't. In fact, actually, we've dropped a degree since I checked last. The airport's now 44. So,
Yeah,
it's still dropping a little bit.
I've been saying with high temperatures, I'm like, yeah, it might be the highest temperature is 62 today, but that means most of the day is still going to be in the 50s. Like, we're not going to have 62 is the peak of the mountain. Like, we're not going to be there for most of the time.
Yeah, I'm looking at my home temperature here, 38 at the home studio. So, yeah, we've actually both temperatures have dropped a degree just since we started off about 40 minutes ago. So, you're right. You're absolutely right. All right, well, Aaron, so you got a whole new crew to work this morning. It's kind of nice to have Stephanie there. Is she going to be on a regular basis, or just throw her in to give her?
Yeah, the official morning crew is me, her, and Steven. So it's going to be the three of us now.
Wow. Oh,
yeah, not weather. She's
they need
anchoring.
Three of you. That's good. That's good. Have you talked to McDonald's about making sure they bring enough food now when the time comes for food?
I have not, but I'll have to make sure they don't send me Zach's food. He would drink. I had his coffee once, and it was the worst. He just got it so sweet that I was just like, Zachary, this is not good.
Well, I'm just thinking now there's three of you, so you want to make sure that when they bring the food, once a month or whenever they do that they bring enough for all of you. I don't want poor Stephanie to be left out in the cold.
We'll have to make sure. If not, we'll talk on the radio. We'll have you make a call.
we can leave
that.
They're
always great over there, so I'm not worried about it.
They are great people. They truly
So
are.
nice.
All right, guys, good to talk to you. Stephanie, welcome to the show. And Aaron, we will talk again tomorrow as we do every day.
Talk to you then, Howard. Have a good one. Good to have you back, Biff.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Aaron Myler from the Big Seven, WTRF TV. Stephanie is there with him now, and Steven, they got the full gang there. Biff working hard. Maybe we could get a third person to help us out. What do you think?
We would have to find somebody willing to get up that early enough to do it.
And somebody willing to work with you and me.
Yes, there is that.
It's that would be the sticker, I think. I don't mind getting up early. Who am I working with? Oh, Monroe and Leonard. Yeah, no, probably not. Probably not. All right, so the temp has actually dropped a little bit. 44 at the airport, 38 here at the home studios, 39 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling, in the heart of the Ohio Valley. 7 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Do we have to do a break, Biffy?
Real quick, and then we'll be good.
All right, let's take care of business here on the Watchdog Morning Show for a Monday.
Are you traveling?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's going back down. Okay, what's it going? Is it going off or just going? Is it going off or down? Is it right? Mm-hmm. Well, because now we're only putting out like 0.8 of a water. Okay. Frig. Okay. Well, there's nothing you or I don't. There's nothing anybody. There's nothing you or I can do about it. There's nothing Kayleen can do about it. She's, I assume she's still dealing with the birthing. Okay. Well, I can't worry about it now. We'll figure it out later. Nah, that sounds to me like there's something's making it cut back. I don't know about KKX, but I know at VLY, if that happens, it means there's something that's forcing it to cut back. The transmitter's seeing something it doesn't like, and it just won't let you go up to full power. Okay. I can't, nothing we can do about it this morning. Yeah, yep. Okay, it's 1600 you're talking about, right? Yeah, okay. All right, as far as I know, 1370 is okay, and I checked the streams are okay. So, all right, well, welcome back, Biff. Jeez. All right. I'll do a couple of silly things here, and then 8:10 we've got Erica Payne. She's an author. She's going to join us. It's not a Radio Row. It's just an author. Okay.
If hanging with Sloopy is more your style, WVLY 97.7 FM and 1370 AM is home to the Ohio State Buckeyes. The Watchdog is your home for the best in college football in the Ohio Valley.
Watch out! He could climb on his soapbox at any time. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
It's all part of my fantasy.
It's 4 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Next hour, Erica Payne is going to join us. She is the founder of the group called Patriotic Millionaires. They are, well, millionaires who feel that they need to be taxed more. And she's going to talk about some of the tax loopholes and how lobbying works on behalf of the very, very rich. She'll be joining us coming up in the next hour of the show here on the Watchdog Morning Show. How about this one, Biffy? Let's see, where is this? Atlanta, just where you were, actually. In Atlanta, a guy went into a Waffle House in downtown Atlanta last week, and he asked for some eggs with cheese. Okay, that sounds reasonable. When they brought them, they forgot the cheese. So he complained. He said, well, you forgot my cheese. And they said, we'll take him back and bring him back. When they came back, they brought the eggs back, and they still didn't have any cheese. So he complained again. And eventually they did bring the cheesy eggs that he ordered. But when he was checking to make sure that the eggs were right this time, he noticed all the people around him were running out of the restaurant. And he wondered why. Until he saw his waitress coming forward towards him with a gun. He says she pointed the gun at him and said she's going to shoot him if he didn't stop complaining. And he called her bluff. He said, oh, you're not going to shoot me. At which point, she cocked the gun.
Oh, boy.
So he got up and ran out with everybody else. I guess he never got his cheesy eggs. Never got his cheesy eggs. She didn't fire any shots. No one got hurt, but she is being charged with aggravated assault for having at least brandished the weapon. So, yikes, yikes, and double yikes. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. How about that? Going into Waffle House for breakfast and then coming and leaving without any eggs, but with a gun, a woman with a gun on you. That waitress must have been really frustrated.
I would say so.
Don't you complain to me about your eggs anymore. All right, coming up next hour, the Patriotic Millionaires. Also, Howard Gamble, the health commissioner, health administrator for Ohio County, is going to be with us to talk about booster shots and all that kind of good stuff. And we still want to get to the governor's broadband bill. Got a lot of other things I want to get into this morning. But right now, let's check out ABC. They cover the world for us right now.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Biff, I'm going to hang up so I can use my phone for a minute. I'll call back before we start again.
Who has been kidnapped, who probably did the kidnapping, where those kidnappers might be, what the hostage demands are, and basically how they should approach this hostage issue.
Frankel says amid Haiti's political and economic turmoil, it's likely the kidnappers are motivated by ransom. A new report stating that China tested a hypersonic missile over the summer, surprising U.S. intelligence.
ABC News has not independently confirmed reporting by the Financial Times that a China missile circled the globe and that the U.S. has underestimated China's